Welcome back to Crypto Talk. Let's run down some things with Bitcoin. I'll make this one short. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. We've gone over videos like this nearly every other day. And when we're not doing much, I'm going to try to do this every 3 days because things with Fusio and Blockguard are really picking up as we have product releasing or product releases. I will kind of do another video coming up to that. Matter of fact, I'll probably be doing another one later today on an intro video of Fusio, what we're doing, how we look, what our products are, and what makes us different. So Bitcoin here on the monthly, like I said, I think this is going to flatline. This is going to become a push up. So it's going to be a double to dippity. So those of you that are new to crypto, this market Cipher B indicator is by far the best thing. In conjunction with my Mongo Pro Trader, for scalping purposes, it's pretty amazing. The money flow is going up. That's the most important indicator. Second is the VWAP, which is heading down, but it looks like it could flatline. Same thing with the tight RSIs that are starting to round back up again. So I suspect this should be like a top like this. We'll peak, and then it starts to downtrend into where I'm projecting a market cycle peak in October. And by that point, you could have 1 to 3 months of bearish divergences playing out into the Bitcoin blow off top. And that's the likelihood of what's going to happen with Bitcoin. So this is the monthly. Let's jump on down to the 2 week for you. Yeah, 2 week has just got increasing money flow like crazy. You got a trigger wave about to print here off of the market Cipher B. VWAP coming up under the zero line, money flow increasing. VWAP is, our tight RSIs are pointing straight up now. So this is going to be another huge push. And it's going to be like it was back here. I think you're going to have probably 8 to 12 weeks of just above the 98 line. So you're going to probably have a lot of room to run. So it's going to look like this one here. It's going to be kind of dippity-doo going up. But look at the money flow just straight up increasing. It's been a long time since we've had that. This was 2017 is the last time we had money flow look like this on the 2 week. And then last time we had something like this, it came up from the zero line. You were about right here. Again, this is not exactly exact science, but somewhere in this range, and we ran up. That's 1,600%. That's not happening. So, I mean, if we run up another 200%, that hits my $340,000 price target. You have diminishing returns, which I discussed on this chart. This one right here. Bitcoin will go up 375% from the break of the previous all-time high at 69,000. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Again, this is the final year. This is the blow-off top year. This is the most volatile time. So personally, I don't have time to trade anymore. So all I'm doing is doing some low leverage 10x or smaller positions on limits orders. If they hit the prices I want to hit, great. I hold it. Once I'm in profit, 25%, I'll take enough out to pay for the trade, move the stop loss to zero or break even once the trade is in safe mode. But even at that point, 5 or 10x, you've got a lot of wiggle room if you believe that you're in the right position. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going balls to the wall crazy. I'm just waiting to see how this year plays out. Trump does have the crypto task force now in place, which is going to bring us some regulatory guidance. Thank God. It's much needed. Excited to see what that does. And kind of looking at legal, allowing companies like myself and Blockguard and Fusio to allow U.S.-based customers to access our website. So pretty freaking stoked. Peanut. Let's turn off some of my stuff here for you. Sorry, when I'm not streaming, I do use my Mongo Pro Trader. That's why it's on. Excuse me. Peanut took a huge dump. Sitting on the value area low. This is a good spot to DCA if you like this coin still. Remember, a lot of coins lost a lot of momentum due to Trump coin. So just pay close attention to this one on different market structures and order blocks. I'm not going to get into it in this video. I have a series of, not financial advice, I have a series of limit orders set in here on low leverage for Trump coin. So if this cascades through this like it did back here, I will hopefully catch something. So I'm expecting a bounce of this order block here. This is a big spot for a bounce. We could clear this wick here. And if I zoom out, I erased it. But locally, you've got also coming in here, you've got the 786 and the 886 as a possible. And if I pull this over to the actual very bottom of this move coming up, and let me drop this even more for you. Come over here, and it'll kind of give you an idea. So my limits start on the more of the bigger move here at the 50, just below the 50, in the 0.5 fib, just above the 618. Sometimes it likes to front run 618s, and then I've got one in between no man's land, so kind of above the value area low, but also above the 786. But this in general, when you see a structure like this, especially the 618 coming in here, this is a good order block to bounce off of. You sweep liquidity under this. You've already done it once. They could do it again. It all depends on who is dumping the coins at this point in time moving forward. So it depends on if a whale liquidates a lot of money moving out of that one. Going that direction. So that's what I'm looking for here. We are getting a nice falling channel, which is usually a bullish breakout. So I'm hoping they wick me out before this decides to bounce, because I'm not going to limit into this one. I am looking at something else, so I'm hoping this cascades into one of my limits. I'm not paying attention to it at the moment. So that's what I'm looking for. Excuse my kid knocking if you can hear that. Sui. What is Sui looking like? Sui, I did buy some spot Sui yesterday on Coinbase, of all places. Just mainly because my fiat accounts are tied to that one, and it's easier just to do their instant deposit and play with it. So pretty sure I bought higher up, like at 466, so it has dumped since then back down to the value, the weekly VWAP. So that's something I'm looking at here for a big push higher. We are sitting on also this value area low of this macro range, the top range here. So overall bullish. I think this is going to outperform Solana, but Solana has been pretty bullish overall. You've got Solana here as well. Today is just a short-term micro review. I'm not looking at projections. I've given you price projections based on fibs, and as the market gets closer to a top, I'll kind of give more of those when I have time. So we had a big breakout of Solana due to the Trump coin and Melania coins. This is a massive bull flag. It looks like it's going to go much higher. If I zoom out some more for you, I think the massive macro perspective is up here at like $2,000. So that'd be a full 10x from now. It's possible. That'd be a huge market cap. It's just going to need a lot of institutional liquidity to drive this in an actual ETF on the U.S. stock exchange. So this is a bull flag. This is not going to blow off just yet. This is the 8-hour. This could just take some time to meander and then pop with the rest of the market. Band Protocol, one of our Discord members, pointed out to me that this has a V3 coming out soon. That should give it a big pump. Last time a V3 came out, I think it pumped 150, 200%. So we are in another good spot here. You have bounced just short of this micro point of control. You got a 1, 2, 3 tap kind of on this down point. Usually that's a bounce point. Also, you're starting, if this prints a green dot, you've got a bull div here as well on the daily, which is very powerful. And just like most other altcoins, you got a falling channel, which is bullish breakout territory at some point in time. So probably the next 3 to 5 days, we're going to have an altcoin breakout. And speaking of that, let's run down to the Bitcoin dominance. So this is finally starting to make a move to show some weakness. We've been chopping our way up. So we still are redirecting from the bottom of this channel. So once this rolls over, and then I'll get more excited once it rolls past 57.69. But you really want to see this break 56.6, and then it's going to roll down past from there. And then lastly, you want to break this 56.200 or 56.22. That's going to break the yearly VWAP, and that's going to be lights out at that point in time. So it'll cascade once it makes a lower low, but it's going to take some time. This could take another few weeks to another month and a half before this really does what I really want it to do moving forward. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. AVAX is consolidation. This is beautiful. Is sitting on top of the old range. Very, very bullish. If you don't have any, I can't give financial advice, but I suggest grabbing some. This is a good point. All-time high is 150. It's currently at $36. Best case bull market target for me, I have it about 350. So if we get an exponential rise above and beyond what everybody else thinks, I'm looking at 350 is the overall target. And that's what I'm looking at there. KDAO is just bouncing around. This is KRC20s from Caspa, if you don't know who this is. There's very few exchanges that carry them, so once this hits big exchanges, I think once Coinbase, Binance, other larger tier 1 exchanges start listing things like this, it's just going to absolutely rocket. This is like I have to look. It's about $1 million market cap, so maybe even less. So really, once this starts to pump, along with this Caspa ecosystem, we're going to have exponential gains, right? So this is how money's made, is buying something before anybody else knows about it. Wink, wink. Fusio token that's coming out soon. Nobody else knows about it yet, except for you guys. I'm not really talking to the general public. I will be talking to our Discord members today about education on what is Fusio, what our launchpad ideas are, when the token is going to launch publicly, when we're doing our private sales, things of that nature. If you're interested, DM me, and I will send you some more information on our minimums for private sales, and then also the price of private sale versus the price, token price of public sale. We're going to launch the token at pretty much a half a cent, and then it's going to launch publicly at 3/4 of a penny. So it's nearly a 25% savings by doing pre-sale. Ethereum is getting absorbed a lot by the Trump family and the Trump companies. They're buying the heck out of Ethereum. I think they bought $47 million worth of Ethereum on Inauguration Day. This cup and handle is going to have a heck of a breakout, close to 16,000. This could take the better part of 3 to 4 more months, so don't be too excited. This is an accumulation range. Don't be fooled by that. This is a weekly chart. So probably by the end of February, this should be a nice trigger wave or bull div, and this should be popping. So don't get too excited. You got approximately, in my opinion, another month before Ethereum does anything. Casper. Let's zoom out for you. This one, again, it's kind of like KDAO and Band Protocol. It's just in an accumulation phase. It bounced off its bottom. It had a head and shoulders. It's sitting on support. It hasn't flushed any lower yet. It's just a good spot buy, in my opinion. I wouldn't leverage trade something like this that has low volume. H-bar. Again, here are my fib extension targets. I mean, you could come all the way up to $20, $30, but that's just unrealistic right now. That's a full 100x. Go off of fib extensions, the 1618's at 89 cents, 2618's at 142, and then 3618's at 195. So the person that messaged me in the YouTube chat, this is what that was. The 3618 is usually my top projection conservatively for most coins. It doesn't mean it's going to hit. Almost guaranteed always is the wick into the 1618. So it really depends on how aggressive the market is overall. So we'll have to wait and see. And of course, nothing I can tell you is financial advice. Really want to see what's happening here with the tether dominance is starting to roll over. We had a bearish break in structure. We're going lower as we speak now. Everything is pointing for lower targets. This is really, really good. This just means stable coins are leaving the market and actually being sold off into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything else. So this just means money is coming out of fiat and then not being held in the stablecoin waiting. It's being deployed. So active deployment of stablecoins is a very, very bullish sign. This is Binance Coin, another safe bet, large layer one. Local breakout target, I think I have up here is like 950 or something. What do I got? Yeah, 950. And we have dropped since I made this measurement, so let's move this up now. Yeah, so you get a roughly 37 to 40% move from this point in time. But technically bled out from this one, so this is kind of... This projection may be a little skewed now. It's not exactly perfect. Aptos, we're looking at another accumulation range. If you buy at $8, I would start taking profit at 30. That's what my Mongo Pro Trader indicator says. And then you got a lot of resistance up here at 70. But the actual breakout target from one of these measured dips here is coming in about $50. So if this thing, just to give you an example of how well Binance did last market cycle, Binance went from under $8 to over $600. So people who are holding BNB were greatly rewarded for that. So let's see, what else can I leave you with? Let's give you the local chart. Actually, we'll go over to this one. Looking for a quick bounce. We did bounce here. Looking for a fade to kind of trap some like potential top long, squeeze them, and then probably come back. We're holding this previous day EQ. If we don't, we're going to come down to these two lines here, which are two different value areas for a bounce. It's also in coincidence with the previous day open. Previous week open is down here as well, which you've already tagged once. So at this point in time, I should just keep moving this over. This is what I was looking for earlier, was a sweep and a bounce off the yearly low that would sweep all this liquidity in this range and then rocket higher. So I don't like the fact that Bitcoin is under its weekly VWAP right now. So, and most coins, including Trump coin, you got to get above the weekly VWAP. And I'll show you here for Trump coin before I leave you guys, since this is what I'm trading. I've traded this last night, made some good money on it. Scared the crap out of me at this one because I was quite underwater, but luckily I had a very low leverage, which means my cross was able to just keep my liquidation price around $30. So a little bit of a scare when you're not really paying attention. But and I'm playing with a small account, so it really wouldn't matter anyways. But still, the whole point is to make money consistently. So I will update you on the $1,000 to $100,000 trade account. It's now up to like $2,300, I think, or $2,200. I made another few $100 yesterday off of this coin. So what you want to wait for here is this to kind of confirm either a wick down while this momentum wave comes up again. If you don't have Market Cipher B, I can't recommend this enough to you. Literally, the link is in the description below. I bought its lifetime subscription. I think you can also buy it on a yearly package, but I bought it nearly 5 years ago at this point in time. And it's been instrumental in my success as trading. So I can't praise CryptoFace enough for that. So I'll leave you at this. This is what I'm looking at, guys. I'm not really playing with Bitcoin. Everything else I'm holding spot. I'm not really doing anything else. My KRC20s, I'm sitting in a bag. My band protocol is sitting in my Ledger wallet, so it's not going anywhere. And I'm working my butt off with Fusio and Blockguard. So once CryptoFace and I have a video to show you for Fusio, I will release that, or he will release that. I'm not sure who's going to do it. And then we'll try to do weekly or bi-weekly updates on the CryptoFace portfolio along with the Mongo portfolio and where we think market is going to go in terms of index-based funds. Again, if you don't know what an index fund is, it's basically a cluster of assets in one box. But I'll explain that in the Fusio video of kind of what we are, what we're doing, why we're different, how we're accessible to not just people who are used to crypto and how it's more secure, but also to how we can bridge the gap from traditional finance over to DeFi and allow people who have zero clue what crypto is and how to use it, how to do it safely, and also just things of a simplicity of creating your own wallet. So I will talk to you guys soon. Nothing I say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me, head over to Crypto Blackwall on Twitter, the Blackguard Discord. Any of some private coaching, one-on-one, head over to Patreon. That's also where my Mongo Pro Trader is located. And then we are talking about integrating my Mongo Pro Trader stuff and my one-on-one coaching into some different tiered features of Fusio. So again, sit down with me one-on-one, 30 minutes to an hour, kind of go over your trading strategy and figure out what I can do for you. So talk to you guys soon. Thank you.